My wife vanished for 5 days. No calls, no texts, no flimsy excuse to cushion the silence. It's just gonna like a ghost slipping between the cracks of the life we built together. And when she finally walked through that front door, calm as anything, her smile carried the audacity of someone who believed I should be grateful for her return, as if the void she left behind hadn't torn holes through every hour of those days, as if disappearing was some harmless whim. But I didn't shout. I didn't demand explanations. I didn't give her the satisfaction of watching me unravel. Instead, I gave her something she'd never forget. We'd been married for years. For years of intertwined lives, layered memories, 1,000 ordinary moments that felt like home. I thought I knew her deeply, completely. The way she'd laugh when she burned the toast and tried to play it off. The way her cold feet searched for mine beneath the blankets on winter nights. The soft scar just above her brow from a childhood fall she never liked to talk about. Those little things' quirks and flaws were etched into my mind like a second language. They felt real. They felt like permanence. But even the sturdiest house can rot beneath the paint. Even love, when left unattended, can decay at the foundation. It began subtly. Late-night messages she'd turn away to hide. Her phone face down more often than not. Whispered calls taken behind a locked bathroom door. And then there was that new fragrance lingering on her skin. Soft, unfamiliar. She said it was a sample from work, but I knew. I wasn't blind. Still, I wasn't ready to face the truth. Not then. Then came the night she told me she needed space. That she felt overwhelmed and needed a few days to clear her head. Her eyes didn't waver. Her voice didn't crack. She sounded rehearsed. I asked if she was okay. She nodded with a half smile and said she just needed some air, some time. Then she left. 1 day passed. I convinced myself she was at her sister's. Day 2, I started calling. Texting nothing. Silence. By the 3rd night, I couldn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling while the worst thoughts whispered louder. Was she hurt? Was she in trouble? Or worse, was she with someone else? The absence wasn't the most painful part. It was the knowing that began to settle into my bones, the quiet, heavy certainty that she hadn't gone searching for herself. She'd gone chasing someone else. On the 5th day, something inside me didn't break. It crystallized. I didn't rage. I didn't collapse into grief. I found a cold, steady calm. The kind that only comes when you're done pretending. I pulled out our wedding album not to cry over what was lost, but to remind myself it had been real at least once. I flipped through the pages until I landed on the photo of us kissing beneath that old oak tree, the one she insisted we framed for the living room. I tore it in half with clean, precise hands. Then I packed a bag knot. Mine, hers, dresses folded, shoes paired, toothbrush, earrings, the cardigan she loved when she felt chilly. All of it arranged neatly by the front door. I opened her wardrobe, pulled out the crimson box where she kept every love letter I'd written over the years. I emptied it, then slipped in one single note. The door creaked open close to midnight. She didn't look startled to see me awake. Jess said, "Hey," like she was walking in from the grocery store. Not from 5 days of vanishing. Her steps faltered when she saw the bag. "What's this?" I handed her the note. She unfolded it slowly. Her hands trembled. I watched the shift in her face, confusion first, then guilt, and finally, the kind of realization that lands like a blow to the chest. The note said, "Don't worry about where I've been. Worry about what I now understand." She opened her mouth to speak. No words came. I stood, walked past her. I didn't want a confession. I didn't want an apology soaked in convenient regret. I already had everything I needed. The truth wasn't a guess, it was a certainty. Because on the 3rd day, I stopped being the man who sat in his pain. I became the man who went searching. For answers, I followed her. Saw the hotel. Saw him. Saw her with him. And worse, I saw her smile. That same smile she used to save for me, but I didn't confront her there. I let her believe she was safe in her deception. Let her enjoy the illusion that I was still clueless. Because silence is sharper than any shouted truth when it carries certainty. She begged me not to leave. She said it was a mistake, said she. Just needed closure with him. That it meant nothing. But 5 days of silence can't be undone with 2 minutes of excuses. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't say a cruel word. I looked at her and said, "This home is mine. This peace is mine. You traded yours for 5 nights of nothing." Then I walked away. She had expected to return to the man who once adored her without hesitation. But that man no longer lived here. She walked out for 5 days, thinking she'd stroll back into comfort, back into forgiveness. Instead, she found her lies laid bare, her bag packed, a man who had reclaimed every inch of his worth. That was the last time I saw her, and I'll never forget the look on her face when she realized she wasn't the one ending our story.